This is when you get an experience. If you land on something, you say, I want it.
Oh, you get a little Instagram.
Oh, instead of a hotel or a house?
Yeah.
This was a good purchase.
see.
Okay, so I roll.
All right, so you guys
4. So
Bike
I
share.
take my little emoji thing to 1 to bike share.
Really, I should have hit bike share since I have
What
a
does
bike.
that mean?
Have you started recording yet?
Yes.
It's instead of a railroad.
9.
So do I get a bike to share?
Crushing you
If
guys.
you decide to experience it. What'd you get?
6. What is
1,
that?
2, 3,
4, 5, 6.
Community chest. All right, read your card. Read your card.
What do you got? What do you got?
Into your mic.
Web streaming trial expires. Pay the bank 40. Was that dollars?
Yeah.
What's that mean?
Damn, for a web streaming
40
trial?
experience points.
40 points. Web streaming. What is
All
that?
your
like
money.
It's like a
that's
Twitch.
Apple TV.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Maybe
Honestly,
we'll
I'll
start.
pay- I'd pay
Maybe
brutal
we'll
for that.
start web streaming this soon, huh? All right, let's
Yeah.
go. Cheers it up,
Okay.
boys. Let's
All
go.
right,
one
cheers.
more.
Aren't even
To
on
the next
today.
step.
Shaka boom shaka rock. Have fun, the sun. Life's too short. Yeah, life's too short for
Bam! Sick.
Bam.
Yes. Welcome
Yeah.
to the Chubbies podcast, the greatest podcast in the history of humankind, the only surefire way to learn how to build your shorts empire and live life in the fast lane. I am your host, Joey Avery, and
Hi,
we
Joey.
are and we are the #1 business podcast online that features Harvey, the generic finance advice guy. In fact, Harvey, what hot stock tips do you have for us
What
today?
you want to do basically is order yourself some penny stocks.
Oh, he's been smoking.
Get yourself.
Harvey. All right, that's enough, Harvey. But I will introduce the rest of the cast. To my right, we have the birthday boy, capable of being
not
our
anymore.
next
Over.
president. Now,
That's true.
A man whose face belongs on a placemat, a piece of Chubby's royalty, a man who treats optimism like a flightless bird to be trampled on. It's the keeper of the mantle of bleakness, snapper of shoulders, and eater of snacks. Makes some loud noises for the slow today, Phil Mills.
I am a little slow today on account of my birthday last night.
Yeah, you're not feeling great, are you?
No, as it turns out, I'm not. I poisoned myself,
Ah, yes.
That'll
yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
and I apologize.
You did enough apologizing last podcast. For the rest
a
of
good
your life,
point.
I would say.
Did a lot of apologizing.
You know
Speaking
who
of
never
apologies.
apologized?
I don't have to apologize because next up.
You're in trouble. Ooh, Joey.
All right, next up we
You have to eat Mason's armpit hair clippings.
I saved him.
Don't
They're probably in the studio
We
still.
definitely didn't pick them up.
Yeah, we don't clean anything, turns out.
I'm sure they're in the studio. Next up, we have a man who is feeling extra aerodynamic. No more armpit hair billowing in the breeze. It's our salty surf dog dandy, a man who will probably never cook a meal for himself ever again.
True.
The guy who was a really nice friend or whatever Grant was saying with his complimentary introductions last time.
Jealous
Damn
much?
it.
Now he's got a good point.
It's our juice-drinking friend, Mace, the Juice Man Robinson.
Don't clap for yourself.
Why are you clapping?
Clapping for you. It's your
That
introduction.
intro's
weird.
sucked,
We've never
man.
you
ruined-
shitbag.
You ruined my compliment.
No,
What?
Joey had a really
Throwing
good
out
point.
shitbags.
He had a
What's
really
going
good
on?
point.
What's wrong with you two?
I'm
No.
sleepy.
Look,
Oh,
Jeez.
no, they're both in the zone.
Hostile together.
That's what happens when you put the tables facing each other.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
this. It's
Go.
like
you guys are going
competitive.
down, losers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna crush you guys.
You guys
Content.
suck.
I am not even certain. Is this even recording?
No.
I'm
This is practice.
I don't even have headphones on. I haven't.
Why
Well,
don't you put
Devin
them on? They're
stole
right next
your
to you.
headphones.
Mason,
Plug in.
aren't they right next to you?
Yeah, I don't know where to plug them in.
I got you.
Right there. Look at that.
Grantland.
That's a great segue that we
problem.
could have figured out.
Because you're a wonderful
there we
person,
go.
like I always say.
Thanks,
Oh,
G.
that's okay.
Appreciate that.
This is going to be an
This feels better.
interesting the little table rivalry. I like
It's
that.
not a rivalry over here. We want to
No.
be friends with you guys.
We do.
But
And we're
We're
open
reaching
to it.
across the aisle.
We're
trying
open
to
to
build a
it, but
friendship bridge.
we're reluctant because your table sucks.
That's hell yeah,
reaching
dude.
across the aisle.
Let's
And
go,
You're
Phil.
doing a great job.
Yeah, don't give
Bramp.
it to him.
No, he's doing great.
Finally, we do have the sandbagger who tried to make me look bad by doing all nice introductions last week and then made fun of me when I wasn't there. This is, of course, the Red Wedding, Red Devil, Red Rover himself, Grantolf the Red, Reddy Krueger, the sandwich bag full of milk, a host who will definitely and surely be a fixture of this podcast for a long time to come. It's Grant, the guy, Merrick.
Yes. That was a good
Happy
happy to be here today.
We're happy that you're here.
I'm feeling better already, actually.
Hey.
I think this is helping me.
You were
The beer?
really in a bad place.
It was a very bad place.
You guys
Some more
both
of
have
that
really weird
Bee Light.
eyes. Your eyes are like very watery.
Yeah.
What?
They're
we've
both
been
hungover.
Watery eyes.
crying together.
Grant,
Yeah.
you didn't have to
Where-
get up this morning with your 7 and 9-year-old.
Yes,
and
I
walk
did.
them to school.
I had to get up with a 2-year-old.
Yeah,
He was
even
6
easier.
a.m.
I had to
really?
get up with the
Did you s-
embarrassing 28-year-old that lives in my body.
Up we go. Do I have to? Yep. You're coming with me.
Why?
Why?
There's
every
no
day?
point.
I hate
on.
this.
Yeah.
I will say, Grant and I were able to partake in a very awesome experience last night.
My God.
We saw
Ooh,
the
a
greatest
millennial
sporting
experience.
event of all time,
Yeah.
probably, since
think
the
so.
first Athens Olympics, I believe.
Actually.
And that was Game 7, San Jose Sharks versus the Las Vegas Golden Knights. The most improbable comeback in the history of sports.
It was incredible.
4 goals in 4 minutes.
What about the Masters, though?
No,
Do you think
this
that
was
comeback
better.
was better?
No.
No,
mean,
this
comeback
was-
meaning
this
like
was the
career
best.
comeback.
Someone was telling me that
4 goals
they.
in 4 minutes is
Would you have?
unheard
Here's a
of.
question I want to get Joey's answer because I know Grant's. Would you have rather been at the Masters or at that Sharks game?
That's a great question, and before I answer it, I should play an impromptu bumper.
Sports time with non-fans.
Are we doing it?
Yeah.
Sports.
It's a surprise.
It's an
Unexpected
impromptu segment.
It's an I do this on the fly, baby.
Let's go.
That was good.
Our
I'm-
producer can't handle
Yeah.
it. Devin's flipping his
I'm getting
head is
word from my
exploding.
producer now that we're all fired.
I'm doing podcast jazz right now.
So someone
This is
told me
improv.
that their
Let's dance.
friend turned on the Sharks game because they could hear their neighbors
That
screaming.
was Jeffrey. I told
Yeah.
you that.
Yeah.
And Jeffrey turned it on because his neighbors were screaming so loud. He's
That's
like,
insane.
There's got to be something going on. I think San Francisco went insane, but I want to know what San Jose was like. I texted Joey and Grant because
Unreal.
they were there. I said, "Nice knowing you, gents," because I didn't think I'd see you again.
Yeah.
I figured San Jose would just explode.
The picture Grant posted on Slack
Oh
at
my
10 o'clock at night.
God.
You looked like you'd been dead for about 6 hours. You look like a corpse.
If a UFO
Rigor mortis had set in.
if a UFO landed and an alien got out wearing a Sharks jersey and was like, "Come with me," I would have walked on that ship and never come back.
Even if you got probed?
Yeah.
Worth
I can't-
it.
Especially.
I can't even. I've never even
Dope.
experienced something like that where like my whole body, like I thought I was having a heart attack. I was
But a good
never.
one.
It's one of those things where you're like, oh, it'd be so cool if they scored 100 million points in the last
You know,
1 minute. You're like, that's
It's a little bit like
impossible.
2004 Red Sox Yankees
Okay.
playoffs. Was
Not really like that.
Are you
They were
kidding
down,
me? They were down
3-0
They were
in
down
the
3
series?
games to none,
Yeah.
and they were down by 11 points.
I like that comparison. Yeah.
This is sports time with all fans
Yeah.
right now.
It was the
Stats.
greatest comeback in like sports history at that time. Maybe this
Until
beat it,
yesterday.
but it was unbelievable.
No,
And I
that's
remember
cool.
feeling the exact same thing.
What's
My
What's cool about
face
that is they were
exploded.
down in the series.
Yeah,
3-0.
they had to win 4 games
Sharks
in
Then
a
down
row.
in the game.
Yeah.
11-0.
They had to win all 4 games
That's
in a row,
pretty
and
dope.
every single game was like.
We
The
were
only
down
other-
3-1,
Yeah.
and then had to
Yeah.
had to come
Yeah,
back.
that's
So
not
happened
as good
before.
for you.
That's happened before.
the other thing for me is just that for me personally, it's untouchable because I've been going to Sharks games longer than any other team. I'm from the South Bay, which is what we call here. We call it that. And that's the only sports team down there. So it feels like it's mine, you know? And we've lost so many playoff series. You know,
All right.
I feel like the one other thing we're saying though that makes it to me a little bit better than the Red Sox one is in the Red Sox one a guy didn't get thrown to the ice and have his head bleed everywhere.
No, actually,
to
Kurt
initiate-
Schilling's ankle was bleeding.
would you rather
profusely.
bleed from
A
your
bloody
ankle or
ankle is
through
not the
your
No,
same.
his
helmet?
fucking thing was his ankle was snapped. He was still pitching.
Literally, there was blood coming out of his helmet,
Squirting.
pooling on the ice.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
The
I never saw-
Pavelski injury's worse,
Oh, yeah.
but you don't
Analogous.
expect those kind of
Yeah.
injuries in
Oh,
baseball.
yeah, we'll
Yeah.
say tie. We'll
Yeah.
say tie for greatest sporting
It's
moment
funny
ever.
that they both did involve
Wait.
injuries like that.
I need an answer out of big golf guy Joey Avery.
Ah, yes.
Oh yeah.
This is big because watching Tiger win the Masters was incredible.
And historic moment.
And historic
even
moment.
more historic.
But I absolutely Sharks game.
Wow.
No doubt. There's a no doubter.
I gotta go Tiger.
The
Did you charge the ice?
I would have loved to.
in between periods.
The building exhilaration of thinking, wow, this is all over, and just being despondent and staring out into space, and then getting a goal 6 seconds into a power play, a goal within that same minute. And it was just like this
At
building.
OT,
like,
were you
oh,
thinking
oh,
It's impossible.
There's no way.
I was
this
like, yeah.
Like,
I didn't
don't
want to say
tease
it.
me.
I
Yeah.
think to counterpoint, Tiger's day is gonna live longer in infamy.
Sure,
Oh,
yeah.
for sure.
The-
Unless the Sharks
NHL,
unless Sharks win the cup.
Yes,
so if
and
you
then
were not personally aligned with the Sharks, you know,
Yeah.
all
Yeah,
else
sure.
equal, you're
Yeah.
going Tiger.
But
yeah,
there were so
Tiger's
many- there was
a
also-
singular megastar. The
That's so
NHL isn't
insane.
even.
That would have been
as-
so cool
yeah.
to see.
Yeah.
I would have lost my.
I want to go to the Masters at some point, but I would rather have gone to the Sharks.
just
Yeah.
because you're
It
a
was-
Sharks fan.
It was also the
Also, I
way.
brought my kids, and they were just like,
Well,
"Oh
you can
my
bring
God,
kids.
Yeah.
this is what hockey is."
If Tiger had
It's sport rules.
if Tiger had aced it on 16,
Yeah.
Nah, I mean because that
then maybe
the Sharks, it felt like they had that hole-in-one moment.
Yeah.
You know. Anyway,
Yeah, 4 times.
Sport time with non-fans.
that was good.
That was cool.
That was good sports talk
Yeah.
right
Oh
there.
wait. Dame Lillard, come on.
No.
40-footer for
buzzer
the win?
beater. Yeah,
Fifty
that was
points?
dope.
That's not like best ever or anything though.
You talking
That's
about
not what I'm
Portland
saying.
Trailblazers?
Just still on sports. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
If
That was pretty amazing.
It was.
That was a great
And
finish.
so
Also, Oaktown guy,
Yeah.
another local.
Yeah.
Nick was saying that these things, the Sharks game and the Blazers coming back, were like happening at the concurrent times.
They were.
If you were watching both, it was like this wave was just cresting over you.
Reminds you why you
Unless
love sports.
you're a Vegas and a OKC
Yeah.
fan. That's just your world is ending.
You're fans of both, and you're like, wow,
Ouch.
everything sucks.
That's a mantle of
to be
bleakness
fair,
moment.
Yeah.
we don't normally talk about sports because we don't want to offend people in different areas.
But
so
Vegas can
if
eat
you are,
one.
yeah, if you live in Vegas, you
Yeah,
can
you
eat
can.
it.
Oh my God, great.
Wait, what the hell?
Merrick.
Come on, man.
The sentiment
don't
is
believe
correct, but the language. No.
know.
Screw Vegas.
Whoa.
You Vegas.
No, I like Vegas. I was just there
All of you that
Went
live
to a
there.
great
I go to your
Backstreet
town
Boys
to make
concert.
mistakes.
and see the Backstreet Boys.
I went to the airport there once.
It's not
Oh,
a great
that's fun.
airport.
That's a good transition moment.
Yeah.
Into
Yeah. Well,
airport
it was
talk
a
with travelers.
airport talk with car guys.
Favorite terminal at SFO? Beep. Anyone? Terminal 3.
Devin says he's won over $10,000 in Vegas. Is that
Nice,
true?
dude.
Wow. Okay.
I've
that's
lost
bad.
about $10,000.
That's a
in
much
Vegas.
cooler thing to say when you're not on mic. Just a guy pipes in, I've won 10 grand in Vegas. Well, you
How
probably
much have you spent though?
Yeah, you probably
trying
have
to
a
make
problem.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You probably have a
I've
problem.
lost 40 grand,
Yeah.
but
He
I've
said-
made
he
10.
But
says-
net, I'm down 30.
He says 30K.
But I made 10.
I went 250 last time I was there, and I felt very good.
250,000?
$250.
That would be a big night in your life, much like it's been a big week in the news.
no.
It's Joey's Bad Monologue.
all night. Yeah, that's-
Oh, come
It's supposed to
on!
be bad.
I haven't even started yet. Oh, boo to you. Give me a
This
chance.
guy hosts twice, and all of a sudden he's all sorts
Grant,
of
your
3 times.
you
Little
did a great
nitty
job. Your
bitty
transitions
hostings.
needed work.
Grant
I had
is
one-
You
I had
could
one
never
really
find
good
a
one.
thing.
One
You
at
could
a
never-
time, please.
My buttoning was slow, but
Yeah, I will say your segues were very good. You're
Yeah.
very good at transitioning out of things. Segues, life events. I'm foreshadowing.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
oh, I like this. He's an English major.
Yeah,
over here.
yeah,
I don't like it.
And
Yeah.
foreshortening.
I don't like it.
Foreshadowing. All right.
here we
A
go.
Cleveland couple got married at a baggage claim, leaving the airport with each other's physical and emotional baggage.
Well done.
Huh?
It's
All
so
right.
true, though.
Yeah, these aren't going to be very good. A botched microblading procedure has left a Missouri woman with 4 eyebrows. She was surprised to hear the news, but only half as surprised as she looked.
That's really good.
That's funny. So would that be like in the? It was
Probably
cut,
got
slipped
split.
here.
I'm wondering. Yeah,
Then it
it's
would
like
be a double eyebrow.
it's like if that's 4 eyebrows, I could make that right
I thought
now.
they were stacked on top of each
That's
other.
how I
before
see it.
going
I
up.
think.
No.
Like
That's how
it
I
wasn't
see
cut
it.
in half.
You
it's
can't
cut in half.
add more eyebrows
You wouldn't look
moving up.
surprised if they were cut in half, though.
You wouldn't look surprised
That's
if you had
just a
3
joke.
more eyebrows stacked
Yeah,
on top of your
don't-
eyebrows.
What?
Oh, you're right. Actually, it would. But
Like
I don't
slow
know.
motion
Is that what
going up?
microblading is?
I
have
no
no
idea.
idea.
He lost me
I
when
know.
he said that, but then I guessed.
I know. It's you shape your eyebrows. Mostly women do it, and
Mostly, what is that?
some men do it.
Prove it.
How would you know?
Look at my eyebrows.
You won't.
You not noticed how?
You have some long ass.
I know
hairs.
they're crazy. I actually like them because
Grant,
makes me look a little wild.
Yeah, you look unpredictable.
Yeah.
Grant, you look like a mad scientist.
Why?
You have that kind of eyebrows.
Let me see.
Thank you.
Let me see.
They're kind of berserk.
They're hard to see.
I know.
They blend in with your face.
I know. It's
They're-
like my camo.
Yeah.
Built-in
Yeah.
redhead.
You never
camo.
know how he feels.
Built
you
in
know?
You
red.
always want to disguise your eyebrows.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't tell if I'm surprised or excited.
Yeah.
My eyes,
Angry.
you can't see
Just a
anything.
blank, fleshy face.
That's a smart move.
Does he have a beard? I
We're
don't know.
gifted with a fleshy face.
Yeah, stuff.
It's beard.
Speaking
Dunno.
of beards, have you seen this thing?
Oh, this is incredible.
Oh,
What he's
you
doing
mean my
on his face?
deep?
That's not a beard.
My-
It's a Chuck Norris beard.
Oh, it's
Joey after 3 months.
it's billowing.
It's almost
Yeah.
coming in.
It's thick.
Yeah,
I
I
love
hot.
it. I really hope you never get rid of it.
look-
It's so great.
from-
15. from
Yeah.
the
It
nose
makes
down.
you look
Yeah.
younger. It's insane. Like
A man that age shouldn't be able to grow a beard so badly.
you just went from looking like 26 to looking 16
Yeah.
or like
Yeah.
13.
Like
If
you
I like
grew that
trying,
to try to buy
it's
his
I-
beard.
It's a high school.
That's what I
your
call it.
age.
It's the I'm becoming a man stash. Is basically what it is.
It's like the junior year is over, and I'm gonna kind of like push
Let
the
it
boat
go.
out a little bit.
See what
yeah,
happens.
exactly.
Maybe smoke a cigarette.
it's a thick beard. It's
I like
Tom
this
Selleck
jacket you
mustache
got
going.
today.
oh yeah. It's
What is that?
That is a
pool blazer.
It's a pool blazer.
That's one of ours?
Yeah.
Is that a new
Those.
one?
That's a
Yeah, this
it's
is
a
we're doing
Chubbies
2 of these.
pool blazer.
It's like a towel blazer.
Yeah.
Wow.
My
I
God.
like that very much.
Go to chubbies.com. They're not available yet.
But one day.
One day they'll be
Buy
very
some
cool.
other stuff
Just
while
keep
you're there.
refreshing.
Yeah.
Cops rated a.
That was so good. That was so good.
Oh, my voice is gone.
No, that was awesome.
Cops raided a love shack in Indonesia, apparently not noticing the sign that says, "Stay away, fools," because love. All right. That was it. And
Wait,
finally,
hold on. Can we go back for a sec?
let's
I
linger
missed
here.
I missed the start.
Let's linger here.
What were you going for?
Let's unpack this.
That's the
I was
song.
going for the
Shack.
sign says, "Stay away, fools,"
Oh,
because
no.
love rules.
Picked the wrong lyric. You picked the wrong lyric.
Yeah. A female.
Why'd you go for that lyric?
It's like of all the
Because
lyrics.
it's a sign that says "Stay away." So
Stay away.
in the canon of this arrest, it makes sense. A female MMA fighter has punched a man who was allegedly masturbating at her beach photo shoot,
I had a good reason.
winning what was quite literally a fight to the finish. They're the only ones I'm good at.
Look, in my defense, that photo shoot was.
It was
and also,
He already made that joke. He already made that
But
joke.
he's elaborating, Greg.
wait, he did? Oh, yeah, I
Yes.
missed it.
Yeah.
You laughed at it.
Just a couple of guys hanging out.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear you say that when I laughed. I was just laughing at
It's actually
the room.
what Grant just said is true.
I appreciate that you assume my joke was funny without understanding it.
I actually don't. I could pass a polygraph and say you
I
never
said
said that.
I had a good reason. He said a man was masturbating. I said I had a good reason, and you laughed.
Oh, I
did-
didn't know.
I
honestly.
plowed right through.
Yeah, he plowed
I thought
through.
he
What
was
were you
trying
laughing
to.
Your
word
attempted
masturbating?
interruption.
Thank you. I appreciate
But I
that.
didn't hear the words you were saying.
As long as somebody laughs, I'll keep.
I thought it was very
strong.
funny.
You got it.
That's why I
Grant picked up-
defended you.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, was it a good photo shoot though? Because it sounds like it was.
Yes. I told you. I had a good reason.
Our photo shoots are not like that.
Our Chubbies photos, we don't frequently see people masturbating outside of our photo shoots.
Frequently.
yeah.
Time to time.
You guys were in Austin recently doing
I
a
love
photo
those
shoot.
shorts.
Did it happen?
Yeah.
Did it happen down
Not
there?
frequently.
Yes.
Didn't happen in Hawaii, or maybe it did.
Yes.
Ooh, I don't know. There's that one
Oh, yeah.
shoot we did.
And there's all those people.
That guy.
The
that one
answer
There was
guy.
him and like
is yes.
55. There's like 60 people. They all came at us,
Oh.
all masturbating.
Careful with your word choice.
Yeah, you could always just call it a selfie.
It's the millennial.
Oh, I get it.
But
Pretty
first,
funny.
let me take a selfie.
Is that my quinoa over there?
Turn it down.
That guy's like
Turn it down. Saying that.
38.
Guys,
Ew.
way too loud. Yeah. I'd take a quick selfie.
Take a selfie.
Down.
It's a perfect.
No.
Wait,
It was a pretty high concept transition right there. I hope you
wanna
guys noticed that.
Throw down on that. Double down on the selfie comment.
Okay.
I saw something on the internet that said
Throw down.
we're gonna stop saying let's go drink a bunch of beers. And
Do
we're gonna
beers.
start
I want to say
saying
do beers.
delete beers.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
And I was like, I don't know how I feel about this.
Like instead of it's like similar to crush beers,
yeah,
I guess.
You guys want to go delete some beers?
I
after
love
this?
saying do beers. You guys want to do some beers after
Beers
this?
for the
I like
guys.
do beers for
Do
sure.
is so
Do
funny.
you like delete or not like it?
Do you do beers?
All the
I
time.
did too
I'm
many
doing
beers.
a beer right now.
Do you want to go delete this 30 rack?
Yes.
When you say it like that,
That's
Fun,
good.
right?
it's got to have a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I like that.
You have to say something like really high. Maybe,
Yeah,
like a high
exactly.
number. Okay.
Or like
What
there's
about
something
a
about like racks sounds good.
Yeah.
Like you want to go delete a rack?
Because it means you're just putting that whole rack away.
Just put that
You guys
thing
want to
down.
go back after this?
Okay.
Nope.
What?
Mason.
I just can a man ask?
Before common rack era.
You're welcome to say no. I just want. I mean,
Please say
Go
we
back to your MMA
delete
photo
that.
shoot.
Please
next year.
You know,
Where's that
you were
before I
just
selfie
giving
that out?
you were just giving Phil a whole bunch of crap about him being dirty on the podcast. And now look what you've done.
Yeah.
No, Phil, what did I say?
Unless
to
you meant before.
You said favorite.
I said it was your
Did you mean-
finest hour.
Did you mean before?
No, let's not go
That'd be
down
weirder.
this rabbit hole.
I approached Phil. I shook his hand. I said, that, I think, was your finest hour on the podcast.
That's not what you said.
Yeah.
All right.
No, it's true.
I think you said, I can't believe you guys didn't edit all
He
of that.
also said that.
I said that, yeah.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he
Okay.
didn't like it.
It was Phil's funny.
Sometimes,
All right.
like the Sharks, the most incredible performances are unbelievable, right?
Joey's rusty.
Yeah.
Don't know what's
That's true.
happening here.
No, I mean, it's
really
I think
bad.
you're just turning on me.
Why are you turning?
You're just turning on me. I'm just wearing a cool blazer, being a cool guy, and I'm getting shit
Maybe
blasted
take the-
over here.
Maybe take the blazer off.
It's hot.
Shake
It's
something up.
hot in here. I'm
Shake
sweating.
something up.
Reorg.
Do the hat
sweating.
backwards, maybe. Do something
Ooh,
different.
Do your
If he
your
does-
cute
Let me-
little ball cap thing you did yesterday.
You want me to do a rally cap
Yeah.
for myself?
Cute
You
little
need it.
ball cap. Yes. Oh, do it.
Rally
That's-
cap.
Oh, he's doing it. He's doing it.
There
That's
we go.
a nice hat too.
It's a good hat.
It's a good rally cap
True,
hat.
like 80s. My girlfriend's father's.
That's a for you
Cool.
listeners. He's
That's
wearing
cool.
a Sharks hat.
Of course.
They both are, Grant and Jay.
Yeah.
Wait,
great.
but Grant, did you buy that yesterday?
I did because I don't have any Sharks hats.
So Joey's a better fan.
I've actually been looking at vintage Sharks
What
hats
would they
for
have
a
done
long
with that
time.
shirt if they didn't make the playoffs?
On my they just use it next year when they make the playoffs again.
Is that true? Is that what they do?
Sometimes.
They
Yeah,
would
but what do you do with, like,
Send it to Africa.
I think they do actually
That's the
donate.
thing that happens.
Because, like, for example, there are like a bunch of like
When you lose the Super Bowl.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But they have all that swag. And I think if you go to like Haiti, you'll see a
all
bunch
right,
of
we
kids
got
running
too much
around.
sports time. Here we go.
All
Here
right,
we go.
so
what do we got?
we are
What are we doing?
today's Millennial Zone.
Does anyone know?
In today's Millennial Zone, we are doing a thing where we show
Show
our
your
own
age.
Show your
I
age.
gotta get
So
one. I
you
gotta
have
get
to
Me
one.
too.
talk about a moment where you realized that you were maybe aging out of being cool as our cool,
well.
lovely millennial age bracket
Maybe.
continues to race forward in the race of life.
That's the funny thing is that millennials is not going to be seems to be synonymous right now with like the young generation.
young,
but it's
hip,
just
cool.
just not going to be
edging
true
on
for
out.
very much longer.
We got like
These damn
6
millennials
years.
telling us what to do.
Pretty soon we're going to be like the
Hey, goddamn kids, get over here.
So the
Put
moment
your selfies away and eat your dinner. Beverly and I were down in Boca Raton. And we met one of your sister's friends. What was her name?
Oh, that was a fun podcast, guys. See you later.
What? Where are you going?
This was going on forever.
That was a great show.
I think
good.
Too long.
But if you do want to go, we're
long.
fine with
Too
that.
long of a joke.
If you do want to leave,
there's a
long
lot
enough.
of self-doubt.
All right, who's going first?
A
You
lot
go-
of self-doubt
you go
in
first.
this room.
You go first, 'cause you're the youngest.
I am, and the moment that I realized it is actually the topic that made me realize how old I was. Believe it or not, was electronic dance music,
I thought you loved that.
which I do love.
Okay.
It's rad.
And I was hanging out with some
Is
kids
it not a thing
who
anymore?
are no. So I was hanging out with some kids who are like seniors probably in college, and we were at a music festival, and they were talking about the DJs they liked, and I was like, no, like this is the good stuff, and I was telling them the stuff that was like all cool, and they were basically like, nah, that sucks, and I had this moment where I was like, Deadmau5 is like older guy music now. I'm like
Yeah.
defending DJs, and I'm like, no, you got to build to the drop. You
like
can't
your
just
dad
drop the
talking
bass.
about James
The hell
Taylor.
is wrong with you
Can't
kids?
start with the drop.
You can't start with the drop, and they're like, just like hard style. I'm like, you got no class.
You got no.
You got to
patience.
have subtlety, kid.
Can that just be one
You got to
person?
teach you how to be a better lover.
Can that just be one person though? Are you sure that's like pretty much everyone
It's
thinks that?
everyone.
Oh, really? You've had
No.
this conversation a bunch of times.
it's also indicative broadly of things that were cool 8 years ago or whatever it is, 10
Right.
years ago, where you're like, that still feels fresh, like
Like
2009.
girl talk.
I just want to make sure that you have like you're pretty positive that everyone thinks that. I'm just curious.
Yeah, I don't know if it necessarily everyone's like, oh, like young kids don't like Deadmau5 at all, but a lot of the DJs that were like the gods of electronic when I was going to events are now kids are like, oh no, I'm gonna go see AC
definitely true.
Slater on the side stage, which is what we were doing when we were coming up.
AC?
That's the name of a DJ that they went to see
I
over.
just
a very
showed
good
my
DJ.
age.
Mario Lopez.
Yeah,
Is that him?
it's
No.
a reference to that.
Yeah.
It's a
Is it Mario
reference.
Lopez?
No, it's not Mario
the other
Lopez.
dude.
It's intellectual property theft, is what it is.
Fuck it, sure it is.
Wait, is his name intellectual property?
Yeah.
That's a dope
The
DJ
artist
name.
formerly
sure.
known as intellectual.
I'm a lawyer.
Property.
So
You're a lawyer.
I'm like a.
DJ intellectual property.
You know, how you get
we
like
should
knighted.
come up with DJ names.
You know, how
by
you
the
get
way.
knighted when you're like, you're not really a knight, but like you get knighted just for
Yes.
show. That's what kind of lawyer I am.
Ah, yes.
An
The queen-
honorary lawyer?
Oh yeah, an honorary
Who
lawyer,
knighted
exactly.
you?
Gina, honorary lawyer.
I believe it.
All right, honorary lawyer. What
Okay. Oh, mine?
was your moment?
Okay, this is a very appropriate one for this podcast, I think. I started noticing online that kids are, there's two that I noticed. One is drinking out of shoes.
That's been going on for a while.
No, now it's much more prevalent.
We got to get Hunter. I think
And
he started
the
that.
second one
Hobbits
is
do that.
I
taking
saw that in college a lot.
taking the beer and slamming it into your forehead.
that
That
thing.
one I agree.
Yeah.
until it
Yeah.
explodes, and then drinking it. I'm like, you're literally just wasting beer.
What the hell is the deal with that?
In both situations, you're wasting so
That's like
much
an
beer.
Instagram phenomenon.
Hey.
And I'm like, it makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
I
Head
have
trauma
no,
much?
I have no problem with wasting beer because I've done it and I will continue to do it.
Oh, I don't like
Yeah,
wasting
but
beer.
who does the
Slamming it,
head thing
drinking
is
it.
so weird.
Slamming it into your head, I'll never do.
Yeah.
I
it's-
can't.
the other, jumping on the tables thing, I don't get either. What the
Yeah,
heck is
I
that?
get
think
that.
that's cool.
Has
We
that always
did-
been around?
We did that.
Yeah, that's wrestling. That's been around
But
since.
that seems like it's a thing now.
Part of that's just
It's catching
Instagram.
on.
People
Bill's
realize
Mafia does it, and they're way beyond millennials.
Yeah.
so.
I think that came from wrestling. Where
Yeah,
you
it
just
for
smash
sure
through a
did.
table.
For sure did.
Well,
That's-
wrestling
that was-
also did a lot of smashing a beer on their head and
Did
watching
they?
it explode everywhere. Yeah,
Did,
there's
did
yeah.
Stone Cold do that, or
Yeah,
did
he
he
did.
smash
But
them
only Stone
together?
Cold did.
So maybe that's where
Everyone
all of
did
this
the
comes
table
from.
thing.
Did he actually smash a beer on his head? I'm
Stone
gonna Google
Cold
this.
ones.
Did Stone Cold
Yeah.
do that?
It's a good point.
Yeah,
Is
I
that where you
believe-
think it originated? It must have originated from there. I don't know. I just think it's dumb.
Here's one I don't. I don't understand.
I don't know. I just think it's
It is.
dumb.
It's very dumb.
Yeah.
I don't understand wrestling, and I didn't realize it was still popular until like earlier this year. I found
I
out
love
it's still a
wrestling.
giant
Yeah.
thing.
It's
I thought it went
massive.
away.
Well, same with NASCAR. NASCAR is massive, and I think it's stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, careful.
I said it.
I agree with you, but
Yeah, I agree
Like,
too.
it is like the
Wait.
most popular sport in America.
I don't believe that's true.
I think it has
I think
like
it
the
is.
most
Yeah.
viewership. I think it has more viewership
It does.
than the NFL.
it does.
Can I show my age now?
Guaranteed.
Yeah, go ahead. Because
Okay.
I have a few now that we're talking.
Yeah.
But go
Well,
ahead.
I have two that I thought of. One,
Show our age.
yeah, that's right.
Aha,
The overlap.
The overlap.
So the first one is SpongeBob SquarePants.
That's a great one.
Never,
I love it.
Never seen an episode.
It's good.
And it's because it came out. I Googled this. The first episode was when I was in high school. So I was way too old to be watching the kids' shows. And
Cartoons.
yeah. So now it's become this like thing that for a lot of millennials is now like part of their nostalgia. And I have absolutely no connection with it whatsoever.
I think you just
But you don't
missed
like
it
a
by
lot of pop
few
culture.
years.
I missed it by like
'Cause I like it.
3-4 years
Yeah.
maybe.
Can I give you the most popular sports in America
Yes.
by TV ratings?
if you want.
It's football, baseball, basketball, hockey,
He was talking about attendance.
Ratings,
soccer,
we're talking about
tennis,
viewership.
golf, wrestling,
viewership.
motorsports.
Yeah,
It's
viewership.
viewership.
How
not
do you?
You know, like
that?
that's like attendance
total
incorporated.
viewers.
Filter
Google
your database.
total.
by
Filter your database.
it. But broadly, I don't care. What I'm trying to say is a lot of people watch it, and I have no desire.
Right.
Normally, I'd say that you are out of the loop pop culturally because usually you are.
Yes.
But I actually agree with you completely. I have seen a few episodes, and there's just like so many memes that go around. They're like,
The
here's-
memes, yeah,
Mr.
everywhere.
Krabs,
It's so
I don't
weird.
know.
The other one I
I don't know
want to
that
bring
that's
up.
generational because the thing with TV shows is if you miss it, if you're 3 to 4 years apart, you can have no affinity for a show.
But a lot of people my age, like everyone,
Everyone.
like,
What's
knows SpongeBob.
I know.
What about
Yeah.
Ren and
And
Stimpy?
loves it.
What I'm saying is
I
the
missed that
cutoff
one.
is
Yeah.
between Phil and I. I'm
Saved by
32.
the Bell, you never saw
These
that,
guys are
right?
35.
Yeah.
I think it
I
happened
did
in between.
reruns.
It did because what's
My girlfriend is 3 to 4 years younger, and there are some shows she loves that I'm like, I've never seen one episode.
Degrassi. She probably likes Degrassi.
the other one I was going to say that that really made me.
You should ask her.
Is that when Drake was in a wheelchair?
Yes.
She does like that show.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
The other one that
And
made
I've
me
never
really
seen an
feel
episode.
show my age was that I had a dorm phone. I had a phone
That's a
in my
good one.
dorm room.
Oh, you have an old one too.
Insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I
that.
did not.
Yeah,
Did you not have a cell phone, or you did?
I
have
did,
that
but
as
a lot.
well?
went till
I did, but a
college.
lot of people didn't. I had a bunch of friends freshman year that didn't get phones
That's
until their sophomore
insane.
year.
Here's what.
And frequently, even if people did have cell phones, it was like one of several options of a way of getting in touch with them.
It also
so,
costs a different amount of money.
yeah, I think like you had minutes that
Yeah.
you were using up all the
Yeah,
time.
it was weird.
And so and texting wasn't really a thing. So you were either going to call them on their cell phone if they had it, or it was easier just to call the dorm phone. So like when you were when you would like arrive at your dorm, like you moved in freshman year, you'd always like record your outgoing voicemail because it was like your first time. You were like,
Howdy.
yeah, howdy there. Gosh darn it,
I'll
Tom.
be down by the creek on telephone.
That was good.
So that one made me feel like a very old man because
I'm
man,
starting to think you and Grant really are ancient.
Yeah.
You guys are just old as fudge.
Yeah.
I understand it. The other thing is, like, my favorite character from that was Patrick in the few episodes I've seen.
Hell yeah.
He's
And
very funny.
I don't think he is, like, people don't like him or
People
need
love
him
Patrick.
nearly as much.
People
What are
love
you
Tom.
I think if
talking
you
about?
guys watched the show, you would both like it because there's
What
some
show?
adult humor. SpongeBob.
I've seen it. I just don't want to watch it.
You don't like it.
You know, the one I was going to say is that's the same thing, is the one with the grandpa who, like, travels through time or whatever.
Oh,
Fraggle Rock.
Sure. It's your show. What's it called, Devin? Yeah, Rick and Morty.
Oh, I
Never heard
love
of it.
Rick
I
and
tried
Morty.
watching Rick and Morty because one of the young guys on our social team told me to watch it, Garrett, and I was like, "This show sucks."
It is one of
Like, this
the.
at
It is
all.
one of
People
the.
love it.
It is one of
I
the best
hate it.
shows on TV, and it is
No.
in my top like 3.
I binge watched it
I think
for
we're
like
moving
hours.
away
I was like,
from
this
what we're
fucking
supposed to. I mean,
blows.
some people like some shows and some people don't.
yeah,
That's true.
Grant.
Rick and Morty, we didn't grow up with. It's
That's what I'm
relatively
saying.
new.
It's a current-
It's not a generational thing. You
Okay,
just
anyway,
don't-
go ahead.
Okay, here's
What's
when
yours?
I realized I was old. When I asked my cousin what she's younger. She is now 21, so she is 11 years younger. What her Facebook page was, and she was like, "Ugh, I don't have a Facebook page."
Yeah.
I was like, "Wait, what? How do you not? Like, I thought everyone in the world had a profile." And
What
she
do you
was
mean?
like,
What is your Facebook page?
or profile. Like I looked through, like I can't find you on
Oh,
Facebook.
it's a
Like,
different name.
Hey, I'm going to
Right.
send you this on Facebook. And she was like, why would I have a Facebook profile?
Yeah.
And I was like,
What is she, use TikTok?
because you exist, like in America.
I don't know. Do you have a birth certificate?
It was so
ma'am?
bizarre to me.
What does she
and
use,
then I
Instagram?
realized young people don't have Facebook profiles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
about the-
she was like, Facebook is for old weirdos.
It's
Yeah.
for
And I was like,
people's
oh,
parents.
Yeah.
you're right. I'm an old weirdo.
That's why I just deleted mine in my pocket right now.
And now I realize it. Now when I post, the only people who comment are aunts,
Yeah, yeah.
old grandparents.
Also, I've noticed it is mostly aunts.
You can't find.
They don't
So
post on
she's
Facebook
21.
anymore.
I bet like half of 21 and under kids have Facebook profiles. Whereas when it came out and we were in college, everybody my age to this day has a
I was
if you
going to
don't have
say,
a Facebook
well, it came
profile,
out
it's
like
she
when
and I
we
have
were
something in
college,
common because
that's
when
why.
when
It
I
was,
was
like, cool.
21, I also didn't have one because it didn't exist yet.
What?
yeah.
Yeah, it
It
did?
ca- Not at Cornell.
Oh, not at Cornell because you went to Cornell.
Um,
Stanford and Cal had it though. Let's go. Dang.
Wait, when did it
First
get it? When
ever
did you get it at
Stanford Cal
Cal?
when I was a freshman.
Same.
Really?
Yeah, they let the
Burn.
good schools in first.
Well, it used to
the
be the
safety
cool.
schools?
It used to be the cool thing to do because it was
What's
like,
Cal
oh, this
short
is a
for?
thing that's
Yeah.
cool for college students, and then it became cool for old
And I
people,
did-
and now it's
I-
not. College students want to go where no one else is,
Yeah.
where they can be themselves and be free and be idealistic.
I just read
Beautiful.
an article about this, talking about what you're talking about a little bit. It was this girl who was basically like, and then they found a bunch of people they interviewed that said the same thing. They're like, college is so stressful now that a lot of kids are like, I'm just deleting all of my social media because I can't get anything done. It's too
Yeah.
stressful.
Either that or
very-
they're
people
just
do
more
spend-
stressed, and college has always been hard.
No, college is for sure
But
hard and
social
stressful. But the point
media-
is, like, social media is nuts now.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
have to like
I'm-
keep up your stuff, get your likes.
This
like,
is kind of related. I'm glad we grew up like through middle school and high school without.
oh my
Oh,
god,
yeah.
thank God.
I don't think I could
Thank God there are
handle
no
the
pictures
pressure.
of any of that stuff.
Not even the pictures. Like
Mostly
the
the pictures,
pressure.
though.
I don't care at this point. Like there's pictures of me doing terrible
Like
things.
what?
Oh, just blacked out drunk, just partying. I don't go
Shaving
through
his
it and delete
armpits.
shit. There's probably that. Like
Eating an onion.
I've never
vomiting.
cared too much to curate the photos of me online.
Now we put it on a podcast.
But if I was like a 12-year-old, you
Yeah.
know, I'd be like,
I agree.
This is a lot of pressure.
I totally agree.
Yeah, I used to post stuff freely, but I never thought about metrics.
Yeah.
And now I think that's
Isn't-
part of it. It's like, oh, only one.
Isn't Instagram thinking about turning off the likes?
I saw
I
that.
saw that article about
Really?
that. To get rid of everyone's stress, which would kill all influencers' lives.
Yeah, there's no way that
They would
that's
just
gonna.
surface things that like had been like, but you don't know how many you get.
There's also the risk of like,
That's cool. I like that.
Me too.
Yeah, but influencers can't
gonna
sleep
No, but
at
they
the
can
moment.
still
Yeah.
surface.
like my job. What do I do?
He said they can still surface, but you won't know
Yeah.
exactly
how do you
the
prove
number.
how do you validate your worthiness?
people are gonna
Do you
stop
get a real
using
job?
it. People are gonna stop using it because it's still like part of the way your brain works is it's gamified, and it's like you want to produce stuff that people like and have proof of that.
Yeah.
But what if you don't
I-
have proof?
I have a
I like that face Joe just made.
And then you don't use the platform.
I have an
So I
ongoing
feel like
joke.
they won't do it.
I have an ongoing joke with my wife that is whenever she's looking at Instagram and we're trying to have a conversation or we're doing something, I'm like, can you turn that off and focus on Grantstagram, which is the best
Nice,
platform.
dude. Hell
I like
yeah.
that.
You just start that.
And I bet
real
that
life.
gets
Real
one
Lifestagram.
Real Lifestagram.
Yeah.
If everyone could go follow That's So Grandpa
Yeah, that would be a
on
good
Instagram.
one.
Is it that's or is it it's?
That's
Oh, it is that.
It's like the show. That's So
Well,
Raven.
speaking
My
of things
followers
that
have
are
plateaued.
that are so grandpa, I think it's time for us to do a segment that we've wanted to do for a while, which is called Birds and the Bees with Brangy G.
How does this not have a bumper?
Because I didn't have time.
Oh, you want me to make a
Let's
bumper?
freestyle
I can make a
out.
bumper
Do
for
it.
it.
Do it.
Nope, it's too gross. I'm not
I
going to
know
do it.
that you're going to do it.
Bow, chicka, bow.
That's not what I was going to do. That's what I should have done, but yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it.
I think the bumper would be something.
God, I don't want to know.
I don't know if I can get it to the right point, but the bumper would probably be the chorus of this song.
Sex with a girl.
Greatest song ever.
That was good. I nailed the
great.
timing
Good
on
job.
that.
Play
Great.
that song for your kids when the time comes.
All right.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Do you want to explain the segment?
This segment is Grant, I have heard, has an interesting story about receiving his rite of passage, which many people
talk.
refer to as the talk.
Yeah.
You also, are someone who will have to give
Yeah,
one
we
someday.
gave one, yeah.
You gave one.
Yeah, Gina did. It's good. I got
Were
two
you
good
involved,
stories, guys.
Okay. Go ahead.
All right, so real quick, my dad doesn't listen to the podcast, so I feel comfortable saying this, and just hopefully he never listens to this episode.
Dope.
So my sex talk when I was must have been like 14 or 15 or something like that, and he's like, so we're gonna have the talk, and I was like, oh no, Dad, we don't need to do this, and he's like, nope, we're gonna do it.
Oh, no, Dad.
And his first question was, so who goes on top?
Oh!
To you, he asked you that?
Trick question.
How old were you?
14 or 15?
Oh, my.
And I was like, oh no, Dad, do you think only one person goes on top? And I didn't say that, though. I was like, the man. He goes, that's right. Like, oh, no. Oh,
That is really odd.
This is really bad.
That's kind of dope. It's just a power move.
A week-
That's how he rolls. That's one way to do it.
This is the way it is.
This is how you're going to learn it.
Son?
And you better not stray.
You're going to learn it the right way,
I was like,
and you're going to execute it the right way.
all of that scrambled porn I've seen on Spice that clearly are doing it wrong.
Spice
Wow.
Channel, another way to show your age. Awesome reference. Watching scrambled Spice Channel clips.
I think I saw a boob.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I don't know.
Were you ever compelled to go up to him and be like, Dad, we need to have the talk?
So that's that one. And then the other one is,
Right, how did that end? I mean, was that the end of
it
it?
just got more and more awkward, and I kind of started to black out a little bit. I was
just
like,
immediately-
oh, no, you don't
I
want
wanna
to
know-
sex than I do.
I want to know Papa Merrick's other rules.
No, that was the other one.
They're just
It was
Grant?
like, use protection.
Grant, what stays on?
How long does
the
it last?
socks. That's
Correct.
good.
Correct.
You wear the socks.
Question number 3, how long does it last? 2 minutes, that's correct.
Not a
Never
second
a moment
shorter.
longer.
Second.
Exactly, and time. Okay, we're getting off now.
Time.
If,
Enough? There we go.
if you cannot turn off the lights, you will wear a nightshade over your eyes.
What song do you listen to? Barry White, that's correct.
That's correct. Last time my parents visited, I was like, you guys should listen to the Chubbies podcast. I think you would think it's really funny. We talk about you guys sometimes on it. They go, cool. And the next time they visited, I was like, so you're listening to the podcast now? They're like, no. I was like, all right.
Do we think they know how to, though?
That's great.
That's
The other
kinda
one
tricky.
says we have 2 kids. We have a 9 and a 7-year-old, and they have sort of danced.
You gave him an early talk.
They've sort of danced
Right
around.
out the womb.
Hold on, we didn't give a full talk. Just
Okay, I was going to say,
So they've been-
geez, some crow.
They've danced around.
Who goes
like,
on top?
'cause we just had another baby, as you guys all know. We had
Have
another
you given
baby,
her the
And
talk?
so when it's,
What are we going to name her? Sloan. Okay, Sloan. I'm your daddy.
Who goes on
Who
top?
goes on top? Gina's like, what are you
So-
doing? Like, shut up. She has to know.
Gina,
find out
Gina, my
later.
rule has always been to say to them, do you want to know? I can sort of try to explain to you how this works. When there's like something about dogs, like they're like, how does Nana not have babies?
Nana
We're
the
like,
dog.
Nana the
not
dog,
the
who's
grandma.
sleeping right next to Joe.
Not the grandma. Why doesn't Nana have babies? She did.
Nana the dog, I'm like, oh, we're getting her fixed or whatever. And they're like, okay, what does that mean? And I'm like, oh, and my 7-year-old jumps in and goes, oh, you don't understand, Harper. It's because, if she wasn't fixed, then they could just go bark it out and then they have babies. and Harper goes, Kennedy, you don't know anything about it. It doesn't just happen like that. It takes 4 months. I was like, yep, all correct.
That's a great new euphemism.
Bark it out.
Yeah, you want to bark it out?
Bark it out.
I was going to
Bark
go
it out 4 months.
I was going to go take a selfie, but if you want to go bark it out,
So much nonsense.
take 2 minutes. I'm on top. 4 months later, we got a baby.
So recently with the baby being born,
That was amazing.
Everything together.
Recently with the baby being born, they got more curious and they're like, all right, we actually want to know now. We're really curious. And so
You told them to watch the Spice Channel.
Gina said to them, okay, I'll explain it to you. So here's how it works. Both parents who are in love get naked and they do a special hug.
That's fair.
And Harper's response was, oh my God, you guys have done that 3 times?
Proof.
Second question was, where were we when you were doing it?
These are logical.
She goes, were you at our grandparents' house? Or were you just in the bathroom?
Those are your 2 options. What was it?
What was it?
And then-
on top, bathroom, grandma's house.
And then
It's like a game of Clue.
I know.
wow.
Grant on top in the bathroom at grandma's house. Hug it out. Bark it out.
Bark it out.
4 months later.
Oh yeah, Grant Lou would be a good Hasbro game, I think. And then the last question was like, what if you don't want that to happen and you don't want to have a baby? How does that
Don't
work?
hug.
And we were like, people have to ask permission, so don't. That's not even. We'll
Right.
talk about that more later.
Right. Which is
Okay.
good.
That's true.
That's a good. That's
Would you like
an
to do a
age
special
I was
appropriate.
like,
with
that,
me?
I was like, so Gina told him all this, and I was like, that was really good answers because those are hard, and you actually explained it pretty well.
Yeah.
Harper and Kennedy had the
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
So now they have like just a
General knowledge.
because she said people at your school have talked about sex, right? They've said sex. We're like,
Yeah.
never. She's like, people never
Really?
say that at all.
At 9-year-olds, they don't
Yeah,
talk about
no,
it.
she said nothing. No one's ever said it at all.
But kids do.
But she said that they all
I
talk
think.
about how
I think they're on the young side for that.
think so.
Yeah.
they all
I
talk
can't
about how
remember.
the Easter Bunny's not real and all that stuff and ruin that, but they
What?
don't talk about sex at all.
Wait.
Hold on.
Teachers? Tell the
No,
kids.
no, the kids.
Oh, they're like, you can't control this.
My mom is definitely the Easter Bunny, and Harper's like, I don't know. I mean, we'll never know for sure.
It seems rude to me that we call neutering a dog getting fixed. Like,
Yeah.
yep,
Or she
fixed
gets
it.
Spade, right? Is Spade and
Spade
fixed the
is
same?
for
But fixed,
a
I think,
female
covers
dog.
both.
It covers
And
both.
neuter is for a male
I
dog.
fixed the
Neuter.
glitch.
Yeah, like it's like that. I would hate for that to happen to me, and they're like, "Ah, we fixed him." I'm like,
him.
"I
They
don't
knew
feel
you were
fixed."
broken.
Well,
You should get
Can't
fixed.
even bark.
Do you think the word vasectomy is better?
Yes, it's
No,
a
it
medical
is much
procedure.
worse. That's
would
a
you
worse
Would you
name.
rather say that you're going to get fixed?
No. I
Snip,
don't want
snap,
either.
snip, snap.
I don't want either. Snip, snap.
What do you want to call it?
Nothing.
What about mutilated?
Goody scoosh.
Oh,
come on.
I mean, it's a kind of what it is.
Did
Anyway,
you? Did
do you
either?
guys have? Do you guys have
You just
stories?
take you just smash away with a ball
Did
peen
you guys
hammer.
get sex stories from your parents?
I don't
Like a
think.
No.
potato masher.
I
I
don't-
didn't.
Potato masher.
Yeah, I,
Put everything into a meat grinder. Fixed.
I don't recall ever having that conversation, which I thought was weird, but it sounds like you guys did.
I didn't
either.
So you
either.
didn't know who was on top.
No, now I know.
yeah.
Now I know. Thank
Now,
God.
now I'm gonna have some proof in
I've
4
made
months.
a couple of mistakes.
At
I've
no
been doing
point
it
I was
all
never
wrong.
like sat down in the way that you were and like let's sit down and have the talk. Like that never really happened.
It
I
was
think-
so. My
yeah.
mom was like also in the room. She's like, "Oh, I'll leave. I'll leave.
Dude,
you
I
boys
had a-
alone." I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, mom."
I had an uncle like wing it. Like we were at, I think we were at like it was like a family dinner, and he was like, "Yeah, come here, I gotta talk to you." And he'd been just boozing a little bit, and he was like, "Hey, listen, all right, I'm gonna make one thing perfectly clear. I've been with like over 100 women probably, but times were different. Some are love. You know how it was. I had no idea how it was.
I don't
and
know.
he was
how it
like, "But listen, the one thing is, there's all sorts of new diseases now, so wear a condom." That was it.
That's
that was
good.
the whole.
That's a
it's
good
good.
speech.
It's
they
a
got
good-
these new diseases now.
Yeah,
That's the only thing the speech should cover.
Yeah,
Now
but he
now I've
walked
got a
away. I was
question.
like, 100?
I gotta get going. I have a question. The origin of this was it? Did people think children didn't know how to have sex, or was it to discourage them from having sex, or
think
was
it's
it to encourage them to be safe?
I think safe and also ask questions because you're
An
confused.
education about
I
a
think-
very
I think
important part
education.
of life
Yeah.
that is not very talked about openly in society.
Because so the safety thing makes sense to me, but I can't imagine
Wear a helmet.
thinking kid doesn't know how. You know what I mean?
But it's more like, do I have to do this thing? I heard about this or I saw this. Do I have to do
Does it have
this?
to be in the bathroom?
Do I have to be on top?
Yeah,
Safe,
exactly. It's
safe
like
for
that.
on top. I think
No,
most
no,
sex
that's not
talks
how that works.
exclude technique.
I know.
I haven't had one. How does it-
Or like, what if she says she has a dental dam? What's that? How does this, like, you don't know that stuff
What?
when you're that young.
I'm going to go into technique when I do have the time.
Yeah, exactly. Straight into text.
All
lot
right,
of
I actually have
hips.
put together some slides that I'd like to put
I'm
up
gonna
on
do
the
my-
center.
My talk will only involve props.
Yeah, and acting out.
Yeah, I'll be
Yeah.
like, this is a dental dam. I got a box of stuff over here. We're just getting started.
First
Give
of
me
all,
a-
stretch.
Yeah.
20 minutes of stretching.
Give me that teddy bear and a banana.
Yeah,
That'll
Nine
do.
iron and some duct tape.
Some Glad bags and
Safe
pipe
word.
cleaners.
Grab those high heels.
Yeah.
It's just-
My favorite safe
Think
word
up a
is.
fun safe word.
Okay.
Anyway, moving on from that to another new segment we have called Dream Mergers.
Just no bumpers at all, huh?
We didn't make bumpers, Grant. We planned this 2 days ago.
I always make
Freestyle
new
it.
bumpers. I always
Freestyle
make
it,
them.
Grant.
There's
what
a
do you
lot
got?
going on.
Dream mergers?
No, God, stop it.
I can't get
This bumper stinks.
to.
Well, you got the wrong attitude.
I mean, I have a very good attitude.
Chime in.
Come on.
Help him out.
Dream
He's out there on an island.
I want him.
Joey's on board.
Out there on an island.
It's just going to turn into that Who song. Dream Mergers. A dream mergers.
Joey's trying
pretty
to
good.
get us on his side so we all turn on you. I can see what he's doing.
No,
It's
Phil.
smart.
I'm with you, baby. Let's go.
He'll never turn on me. We're the only two people left on the content team.
Yeah.
Oh, no. you
Foreshadowing strikes again. All right, so the concept here, Disney bought Fox recently, which has led to them acquiring some
Fox Multimedia.
Fox Multimedia. Yes,
Important to know.
not a Fox. And so
Which
they're-
prompted the question, what the fox say?
that's right.
And they said, I want
Fox?
Disney.
What did the fox say?
And so that means that they've acquired some like comic book characters. They can make some cool movies. So we thought, what if we did
Bill
our
O'Reilly?
own dream? No, it's
was
not
on Fox.
the news, Phil. And
Yeah. There it is. There we go.
and so
thing sucks.
To play us out.
End the
I don't even know what that means.
No words on it.
Go.
2 viral videos in the last 30 seconds of me introducing that. So we thought it would be fun to come up with some of our own very favorite ideas for dream mergers. What would happen if 2 companies got together and made a little
Baby.
barked it out,
Barked
made
it out.
made a little corporate baby.
Yep. Which, for this dream merger, who was on top? I think Disney, right?
They were.
Yeah.
I believe so.
That's right.
So, for example,
Can I ask a question of Mason
Yes,
real quick?
of course.
Mason, are we doing forward mergers or reverse triangular mergers?
Forward.
Okay.
That's
And
actually,
you know what that is, right?
Yes.
What? Could you just re-explain it to Phil?
Or to Phil.
Yeah.
Yes. It's
He
when
doesn't know.
one company is the aggressor and actually does what's known as a hostile takeover in the corporate world.
okay, he's using his
Of
buzzwords.
the other
No.
company,
Nope.
and it's really not up to company B. Company A.
You talking about the
has-
four-way?
Well, because of the
Yes.
laws belied by the debt obligations of company
Just
B.
want to see who knew the most
they're
about
gonna
mergers,
have
me or
to,
you. Just want to make sure I
accept
understood
it,
that.
and that's why they call it a forward.
I'm gonna
Merger.
lay a
That's
little
we're,
so
not
true.
doing we're not doing asset sales, right? Just mergers.
Just forward mergers.
Just forward mergers.
Keep it a
Okay.
forward
To,
mergers.
to give a little backing on this, in our meeting for planning this, Grant may have misdefined mergers, and Mason was
Oh,
like,
no, I
"Oh
was
shit, you're
correct.
an idiot. We're gonna ask him on the
Yeah.
podcast." And it looks like Grant did a little HW.
You did. You
Yeah.
did some homework.
I did.
You're
And I was
not-
right.
You're not doing much these days.
There's
Not doing too much these
got a
days.
lot of time.
Lot of time on your hands.
So let's.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to read about this.
Study mergers.
Don't worry. I'll
Try
explain.
to make a
I'll
joke.
explain it to Phil for you. So there's 2 types of mergers.
I don't care.
Yeah, no one
oh
cares.
my
No,
God.
they're important though.
You made your
They're
joke.
important. Okay.
So a merger idea that I had that I
got?
thought would be cool would be Uber and McDonald's.
No.
Oh my God.
So
we're close.
when you get in the back, instead of like, "Hey, got some gum, got some waters,
Oh
a
my
couple
God.
of
Big
candies,
Macs. Double
boom,
quarter pounder
Big
with
Mac
cheese.
I'm back.
in the
That's
in the
good.
little seat pocket, in the back seat pocket behind the passenger. It's just filled with French fries, baby.
But it's like
French
heated.
fries and then like ketchup in the cup holder.
That's
And
dope.
when you get in, it just smells like McDonald's, and
Oh,
you just
God, I
get
love it.
loose. Imagine getting picked up at bar close in a McDonald's
I want to
Uber.
go get in
son.
one right now.
So it's
It's
like a
driven by
food truck.
Ronald's.
It's like a food truck Uber.
All the
That's
drivers
like
are
McDonald's
dressed as
food truck Uber.
clowns.
Yes.
No. No.
They're all dressed as clowns.
Uber's done some partnerships with Taco Bell and such, and I think they just will drive you to the restaurant.
Yeah.
Like
Look at this
free of
Lyft.
charge.
No,
Maybe
I
it's
want
Lyft.
it in the car.
It's probably Lyft.
I think that's
But
right
this
on.
is better.
This is better.
At first
yeah.
you lost me, and I'm
In the
back
car.
on board.
Boom.
I love that idea.
That was great.
Hell yeah.
I have a similar one actually.
Uh-huh.
I think you'll like this one too. I want Chipotle to merge with McDonald's to put the French fries inside of the burritos.
Can I, spoiler alert?
Oh, Cali burritos.
Greatest French fries in existence in
They
the
don't?
greatest burrito in
thought they did.
existence.
Oh.
They used to?
I don't know if it's the
Oh.
greatest burrito, but I like the
They
idea.
used to be the same company. So they unmerged.
They
Chipotle
unmerged.
and McDonald's.
Yes.
But that was a reverse triangular merger, which meant that they kept
You
their own
can't
stuff.
get over this, can you?
Forward merger would mean they would actually combine their things into one.
No.
Which is called barking it out.
Yeah. barking it out.
A special hug.
Anyway, I would like them to actually merge where they can.
You
use
wanted
each
them
other's
to
stuff.
re-merge?
So you
'Cause
want
they used to be merged.
you want
Never
us
forward
to,
merge though. Mason said only forward merger, so
Yeah.
I'm going forward merger.
They used to be the same company.
We are such a good business podcast
God,
that
we're good
someone
at
else
business.
should give a merger.
Phil, do you have a good one?
No.
Okay.
I've got a couple of ideas.
Yeah, I'm freestyling here.
Yeah.
What I wrote down
So prepared.
was
Shut up.
what I wrote down. I like, but I don't love. I want to come up with a better
What is
one,
it?
but I'll use
Let's hear
this
it.
for now. It's Chubbies and SNL.
Ooh yeah. Well, I mean that's
Okay,
already pretty
yeah.
close. Right?
You know, because then we just take this shit to
we-
the big
we would-
stage.
I
would
say
be
we
taking
hostile.
them over,
Yeah, we
right?
do a hostile
We're gonna
takeover.
forward merge
Yeah.
all over.
We'd be
them.
acquiring them.
We're gonna
Yeah.
bark them up, and 2 months later,
Yeah.
we're gonna be on top.
Yeah.
We're gonna
love
be on
that.
top for months.
That's
I would
pretty
love
good.
to see Grant giving the opening monologue.
Oh,
in
my
SNL.
Grant, you would crush
Oh
it.
man, that would be really funny.
Wearing a little tie
Here's
and
the
a
thing.
short sleeve
It's
shirt and
basically
shorts.
SNL, but everyone is of course wearing Chubbies,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
All the skits include
little
people
funnier,
wearing Chubbies.
a little
We would
funnier.
make it funnier.
Yeah.
You know, the ratings
not that
would
hard to do.
spike,
Yep.
and sales would spike. I feel like
Everything
it's a win-win.
spikes.
Everything spikes.
That's
like
really
that.
good.
I like that.
I like that.
Yeah.
I approve.
I like it a lot.
You wrote that down and we're contemplating that being a bad idea?
Yeah, because I wanted to do something involving the XFL, my favorite company of all time. I just couldn't quite get
They're
there.
already a merger of lots of things, I feel like.
Well, let's merge, man.
Wrestling plus
Let's talk triple merge.
NFL. I like that.
You didn't study
I would
that
like
in
to
your little
merge
business book,
whoever
did you?
makes the wasabi with Blue Cross Blue Shield. Because I think
After you chundered on the last episode, it was amazing.
God. Yeah. That would be a very
I was thinking-
Really
So-
heard about that, huh?
As
So-
you said, this
yeah.
sports merger, all the sports we talked about, think about this: hockey, NASCAR, polo. You
Ooh.
drive the car, you hang out with the hockey stick, you slap the puck, you're driving on ice.
I love that, and I have
That's good.
an equally good idea. This is now called hockey golf. Okay,
Oh,
you got to golf the course,
shiz.
but you can get checked. You can get your teeth knocked out.
Oh my god.
No changes except
What
for
about this?
full
You're
contact.
also
Oh my god.
And you putt with a hockey stick
I
like
would
Happy
watch
Gilmore.
that.
You
I would
play
watch
with a
that
hockey
right
stick.
Can you be-
now.
can you-
Hockey stick, golf ball, full contact, no other
on a
changes.
dirt bike.
Get it done.
No dirt. You don't have
So
a
how about this?
dirt
So,
bike.
Get it
so,
the fuck
so
done.
here's what you have. You have a
What do you
hockey
call it?
stick.
What's it called?
Hockey golf.
It's got to be sounding more aggressive
Holf.
than that, I think.
Gawky.
Gawky.
I like that.
Gawky's pretty
Gawky.
good.
And you have the hockey stick is what you're playing with primarily, but then you
No
have like a
pads.
7-iron and a quiver.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when you're far out and you need some loft, you just whip that
Yeah.
thing out like the freaking dude from Lord of the Rings.
Can you
And you're
stick
pretty
check?
much running
Boom.
the whole
What's his
time.
name? Legolas. Boom.
It's
Whip
like
that
full
7-iron.
contact golf,
You
basically.
hit the drive and
I
then you
love this.
sprint after it. 'cause
What
you
about-
gotta get that thing up the
Even if you
fucking
get
course.
lit up.
Carts?
Good.
What about carts?
Oh, carts
Carts
would be
are
good.
involved.
Yeah.
Carts
So you can run over people?
Yeah. yeah.
awesome.
Keep your
Everyone's
head on
doing
a
that
full
on the
skill
internet,
swivel.
too.
You keep your head on a swivel because someone's going to come barreling down at
Exactly.
you in a golf cart,
Check your
swinging a
lease,
golf
buddy.
club.
The defense
in
is all
fuck
in
mountains.
carts.
That's great.
I
Wow.
love the idea of running someone over with a golf cart, turning around, driving back at them, and whacking them in the head with a golf club,
And then
running
hit-
over them again, and then hitting a golf ball.
Hitting their ball backwards.
Yeah, hitting their ball backwards.
And hitting your ball 300 yards.
That's great.
If only golf was
brutal.
harder.
That's the easiest sport.
Yeah.
That's another show your age thing is kids ramming each other with golf carts when they're not looking from behind.
Yeah, dude, running people
Oh,
over is
F
huge
that.
on Instagram.
Why?
F that.
Why
Just
is that a
trucking
thing?
people.
It's the same with the beer smash on your
You're
forehead.
gonna lose a
Yeah.
spleen, young man.
We should
like
one up
very
them and just
dangerous.
do it in like a Chevy Tahoe or something. Screw the golf cart.
This is
I
bound to
raise
go
your
viral.
golf cart.
Stay right there, Grant.
You guys are gonna love this. Floor it.
Look away. Get the Yaris. Hit him.
If you can hit someone with a Yaris, though, the Yaris is gonna get totaled.
The Yaris
Yeah.
would just wrap around your calves.
Yeah, exactly.
Wouldn't
Like a
even notice.
special hug with a Yaris.
Yeah, exactly.
I missed this, but Devin messaged me during our sex talk segment. And he was like, "My parents told me about the hug thing too, but they referred to it as an angry hug."
That's not good.
Angry.
All kinds of
20-second
emotions are
angry
fine.
hug.
We're getting a window
long
into
as you're
people's love
hugging.
lives.
I hope you carry that tradition on to
Yep.
this day.
Yeah.
Hug me!
Stop it! No! Stop it!
I don't like that face you're doing. Don't do that face. Stop doing that face, Phil.
Hey!
No.
No!
God.
Hug me!
Phil's parenting tutorial.
Oh, that's good. All right, we have our final segment here, which also
That's
does.
it? We already
We're having a
through
good
it?
time.
It's been like an hour and a half.
It's had an impromptu, man.
It's like after 4.
I've got another idea. I
Well,
missed my
we
4
have an
o'clock already.
idea. We have an idea.
Okay, what do we got? What's the
This
last thing?
also doesn't have a bumper, but we've been doing good on the fly.
yeah.
This one is called
I'm going to nail it.
Normal or Crazy.
Normal or
God.
crazy. The best part of that was your face when you said crazy.
Yeah.
Came out of your eyeballs.
And if you do like seeing our faces, you should go to the Chubbies YouTube and check
YouTube.
out the
YouTube.
Hello. Go to
YouTube.
YouTube.
We
And
look
check out-
better than we
Oi.
sound.
Yep, that's
Boy,
right.
hit the YouTube.
You
Check
guys
out-
can go to
No,
YouTube
it's
and
bad.
try to find
Check
Grant's
out.
eyebrows.
Yeah.
Be a fun game.
Tweet a picture of Grant's eyebrows if
Good
you
luck.
can.
Yeah.
Joke's
First-
on you. Blank tweet.
If you go to YouTube and you search Chubbies, you'll see our profile. You click that. We have a Grant. I'm promoting.
Like, share, follow.
We have do that, and we also have a playlist of Chubbies podcast videos where you can watch some highlights and soon full episodes. Oh shit!
I would just like to go on the record saying I'm very glad that last week's was not filmed.
Oh, God.
I do have
filmed
video
it.
of Grant
I filmed
barfing.
it.
Oh yeah, we
that's
should
right.
put that. We should stitch
Yeah.
that together.
I have Phil
Damn it.
barfing in mine.
We could do.
I didn't
Phil-
barf.
You did.
No, I retched.
Well, Phil
I didn't-
Retching.
I didn't actually.
You didn't expel anything.
No.
Okay.
Yes.
Kept it in.
While
Normal
Phil
or crazy? Here we go.
While
shouldn't
Phil
have kept it
Retching may have been both normal and crazy, our question for today's normal or crazy is Grant Merrick faces
Crazy.
the shower
Oh, yeah.
when he washes his hair
And rinses it out. He faces.
face
Faces.
towards the
water.
water, like American Psycho, and lets the shampoo sting his little red eyes after it goes over his non-existent eyebrows so that he can feel the pain that he needs to start his day.
I have a
Is that
question.
an accurate description?
explained it. Now I get it.
Explain why I do it?
I would like to ask a couple
I
questions
have
first.
so many questions.
Can I explain it first
Wait,
and then ask questions?
No, I want questions first, and then you can explain.
That is a great order.
Why?
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Why?
Are you?
Why do you do that? Like, what? How do what have you, Did you always do that? Did you know that you could turn the other way?
Do you at this moment know that you could
Yes.
turn the other
So I will tell you why I do it. Because I figured it out when I was like,
Were
I
you
thought
7?
everyone did that, and now I'm a little confused. If you ever watched any sports movies in the late 80s or early 90s, whenever the starting quarterback is frustrated after a tough day and he hits the showers, he's always facing the shower
That's
with
true.
his hand against the wall being like, damn it,
It's a frustration shower.
let everyone down.
So
Like,
you
it's
want to
that's
start
a
every day
thing.
like
Top
Keanu
Gun.
Reeves' worst day in The Replacements?
Yes.
Just like, damn it, Merrick.
Because he always turns it around and then wins the day. So I want to be that guy.
That
I think
can't
that's why I started doing it.
possibly be your justification.
Yeah, that's why I started doing it.
So you started doing it so you could pretend that you're in a sports
Also,
movie?
I always have long hair. Almost always. It barely is short for very long. My hair grows really fast.
Oh, yeah.
So
You got great hair grower. Grow the best hair.
You know, you can say what you want about me, but
Believe me, the best hair, absolutely beautiful, long,
fastest.
long, fast,
Tremendous.
Usain Bolt of follicles is what people call me.
absolutely beautiful.
Gold medal,
Believe
red
me.
hair.
Red as
Everybody
red can
agrees.
be. I have the reddest hair.
I have the reddest hair than any other hair.
No hair is better
When,
than
you,
my
when
hair.
you have long hair, though, the soap doesn't go in your eyes at all. It can't.
It's impossible.
Because your hair
Can't.
is, your hair is going
It
down.
can't.
can't.
Hair's
Facts.
going forward.
If you have long hair, soap cannot get into your eyes.
Do you want to get in the shower right
under
now?
any circumstances?
We'll go get it. We'll do an episode from the shower.
I want to
and
hit
will
the
show
showers
you.
with Grant Donald Merrick right now. You face one way, I face the other. We film everything. We show everything.
Go to our YouTube channel.
Shower hair off.
Yeah.
Wait. When you realized that that was just a trope and it only done in movies, and you also realized you don't have to do it.
You mean this last week?
Yeah. Why did you continue to do it?
I'm good at it now. You know, why would I switch?
Do you
Convenience.
I got it. Yeah.
Sanity.
put a hand up and like sigh
Always,
like
yeah.
them? You're just like, cruel world.
Every morning you do that.
do you condition?
sit on the floor of the shower too?
And weep.
Yeah, because that
do
happens
that
in
in
movies
movies.
also. Yeah,
Sometimes.
you curl up.
Depends on what the date's been like.
Right before the guy gets the girl. You
If
know
the
that
sharks-
scene where he's
if the-
weeping in a
If
bathtub?
the
Yeah,
Sharks
taking a
lost,
selfie.
If the Sharks lost last night, I probably would have done that this morning.
I would have.
you
But
like-
I didn't, so instead I put my hand on the wall and said, good date practice. You guys don't do
bizarre.
that. You don't do that, huh?
No.
Devin does it. Devin, our producer Devin just said he did it.
No, he doesn't do that.
He's lying to you.
Grant, nobody does it.
I'd be surprised if you
Hold
really
on,
did
but can
it.
we get some tweets if people do it?
Also, I would also like
Probably
to
won't get
say
any, but maybe.
crazy. I mean, it's certainly crazy, and in fact, crazier for your justification.
Yeah.
I think it makes it crazier because you're
You're living in this weird fantasy
it's
as
a
though
bit
that
of a
affects your
fantasy.
life.
Yeah.
You actually think that matters.
Well, it doesn't negatively affect my life.
Sure it does.
only
You get
positively
soap in
does.
your weird little red eyes.
No.
We talked about the
no. Remember,
Those are normal.
it
and
is
they're not red, they're
impossible
blue.
to get soap in your eyes if you have long hair.
What about when you have short hair? What do you do?
I
You don't shower?
You just
don't remember.
eat it.
Blacks out.
sideways.
Yeah, just turn to the side. Never back.
All right, let's make a ruling. I think I know what it's going to be. Who
Normal.
votes crazy?
1, 2, 3.
Crazy.
Yeah, there you
It's
go.
crazy town.
It's pretty insane.
It's crazier now. It's
I hope we have more segments like this. I hope
I
there are
know,
other
I'm
things
trying
that
to
you
think
guys
if
do
there's
that
I
is
know.
weird.
I'm sure.
I
there
know
are
that
things.
there are.
I know
Yeah.
there are.
Well,
There definitely
Like
are.
you drink 2 cups of coffee before you come to work.
I drink 2
That's
cups
okay.
of coffee before I do anything.
A lot of people
That's-
do that, especially
I
parents
Two
of young
full
children.
cups before he even
Yeah.
leaves his house?
Totally.
I think that's
Yeah.
wild. That's like getting your coffee crash at 10 a.m.
Crazy, yes.
It's a lot, but people
I
do
agree.
it.
I think it's
No,
wild.
no, no,
All right,
have
next
another
time. We'll
coffee.
save it for next time.
Well, yeah. Well, the great
Three
coffee
coffees
debate.
every morning. That's
Yeah.
insane.
People do that, man. I'm telling you. Or
Joey's
people
like-
get the
But it
big
doesn't mean
rattled
it's
right
not
now.
crazy.
You ever go to
Joey's
Dunkin'
rattled.
Donuts? They sell that fucking
My
thing
cousin
for
would
a reason.
go to
People
Dunkin'
drink that
Donuts
much
and get
coffee.
a extra large iced coffee, no ice, with 2 shots of espresso in it.
You're not. In
And I was
Oh my
like,
God.
you're not.
I was like,
alone.
no ice.
Grant.
okay?
Here's what makes Grant crazy. Grant is alone. Nobody else does that.
I think
That's
people
true.
do it.
A lot of people drink a lot of coffee.
No.
That's a good
I think
point.
a lot of people
That's a
shower every
differentiator. Differentiator.
If you
like
want-
sitting on the toilet reverse.
Eating breakfast off the top of it.
Maybe Grant does everything backwards. Do you
Yeah.
sit on the toilet
Yeah. Okay.
backwards?
Hold on. Devin makes a good point. He just chimed in. He said, "I don't think I could do it backwards. I'm too tall for my shower." Which I'm also very tall, just like Devin.
You're not.
I would have
Yeah.
to do a weird back bend if you have a low shower head, especially
Squat.
like at hotels.
Or let it just
How do you
hose
do that
you in the
a
face.
hotel? How do you do it in a hotel? Do you duck down?
I have
Wait.
back
How do you do
dexterity.
it then? It's this shower. You don't change
I face
height,
it. I face it.
but it's at the same height. You
No,
don't
it's not.
get
No, look,
shorter.
look, facing it and putting your head down. You're this low.
Why would you put your head
Just
down?
bend your head back a little bit.
How about this?
Wash my hair.
Here's what you do.
I don't
Stand
face it
there.
face on.
Stand there and let it spray the back of your head.
It can't. It was hit the back of my neck.
That's not true for anyone.
Devin just said it was. So that's 2 people. Maybe you're the weirdo.
Still crazy.
No.
Rulings in.
Yeah, 3-0.
Yep.
3-2.
If you
Good luck
want
with that.
to, if you want to defend Grant or suggest future normal versus crazies on Twitter, actually tweet it and use the hashtag Chubbies Podcast. We will look at all those and we appreciate
Are you gonna do
all
the
the
phone
tweets
thing,
that
too?
you spend. And I'm also
Oh,
going
yeah.
to say
This is
that
cool.
we want to evolve the mailbag. A lot of people
Mailbag.
have sent in very.
No, not called that.
Yes, it is.
The
Did you say evolve
correspondence.
The
It's a
Chubbies
mailbag.
The correspondence.
Chubbies correspondence
Bag.
thing.
Sack.
So you've sent
The
in
mail sack.
Here
Okay.
he goes.
So you've sent in tons of great stuff, and I appreciate all of it, even
Thank
if
you.
I've been delayed in getting back to some of it.
Thank you.
We do want to
Thanks,
guide
guys.
the future mailbag and ask specifically for if you want to get advice. Can be career, relationship.
Yeah, we're good at
anything-
advice.
Or
Really
you know,
good.
funny always works, but we're really good at advice.
We want to give advice.
What do you want to know from us, the experts in business from the #1 business podcast on iTunes?
100%. And I've got a lot of advice to give out there, so you just go ahead.
So if you want
Tell you
to,
what's
does anyone
what.
have the marketing phone number
knows
handy?
it.
No, but it's on
Yeah,
my
you
phone.
do.
I got
Because we've got
I
a
lied.
phone you can actually call and leave a voicemail. The voicemail will be confusing, but we promise the number is correct. You can actually leave a voicemail.
You'll be reaching Chubwardo's boat rentals.
Yep. And
Don't worry, they're
Trust
closed.
us, it's
in,
real.
in the future, we may play some of these messages.
Here it comes. Here's the number you need to call. 415-203-2829. I repeat, that's 415-203-2829. Call, ask for advice, leave us a
Call
funny
now.
message.
Leave us a
Special
message.
complimentary bonus gift.
Ignore the voicemail. It's not going to make any sense.
All right, I think that's it. Does anyone have any final words before we land this
was
beautiful
fun.
ship? This was a good time.
This was a good
it's
one.
good to be back.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
good
looking
to
forward
be
to
back.
next
You know
week
what?
even more.
I'm glad you turned your head around. You really turned it
The
around.
rally
You-
cap.
You finished
It
it.
worked.
You
It
did.
worked at
It
the
worked.
game, and it worked here.
That's
It's
a
a-
neat little
The
hat.
Never
rally
lose
cap's
that hat.
big.
Yeah.
What a
Rally
neat
cap's
little
big.
hat.
That's a cute little thing you
What
got
a-
on your head.
I'm the only one in here with that hat on.
Oh, yeah.
What the heck?
Dead
Yeah.
man.
I'm the only one on camera without a hat on.
No
okay.
hat for Phil.
You got great
Well,
hair.
thank you very much for listening.
I like the
Please
hat.
leave us a 5-star review. We will see you next
Or
week.
6 stars. Is that a thing? Yeah. Wait, where's the business
Say
segment?
6. It's right now.
Do
We
it,
didn't
Grant.
do the business segment.
Grant.
All right. So let's go to our business segment.
All right,
do it,
so
Talk
today's
about furniture.
business
Life's too short, and reverse triangular mergers.
Put it in on top of it.
Asset sale, which is completely different. So an asset sale, you're buying like a secret recipe for one specific
Oh, a recipe.
Like right now, what's this? KFC chicken, let's say. You want a recipe for KFC? So you don't want to do an
Like the
asset
bear